The MKO Pugilism Boxing channel. We're talking all things boxing. Right about now, it's just going to be a very quick recap of Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin. Always remember to like, always remember to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, so this is the morning after the night before, and yeah, I just last night saw this very good heavyweight scrap between Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, and Alexander Sasha Povetkin. And yeah, what a fight it was. It certainly was not without event. You know, it was a serious fight. The pattern of the fight was quite straightforward, really. I mean, Dillian Whyte, he was, you know, moving well. He was very patient through sort of the first round, very patient, effectively using his jab, you know, throwing quite a stiff jab, you know, sort of establishing, he stamped his authority on the fight quite early, you know, round one. You know, he boxed well. He even moved a bit well. He's not the fastest of movers, but he moved pretty well in round one. Used his jab effectively, chucked in a couple of body shots here and there, hooks to the body that he likes to throw. And yeah, he looked to be in charge in round one. Done very well. Round two pops up, again, more of the same. Whyte, you know, begins to drop in a few body shots here and there, a few right hands, you know, basically winning the fight on the jab. You know, Povetkin looked to have sort of the faster hands, but Dillian Whyte managed to sort of make him fall short at certain times, managed to make him miss a few times during the fight. And yeah, he again, you know, going sort of first, second, third round, that was pretty much the pattern of the fight. And Dillian Whyte, he had a good breakthrough. I think it was 3 or 4. I think it was round 4 where you know, Whyte managed to land his signature left hook, and you know, on this night he was throwing him nice and tight, nice and close, like here. You know, threw some very good left hooks, and he actually managed to drop Alexander Povetkin twice in a fight with left hooks, and they was that quick that, you know, even during my watching of the broadcast, I missed, you know, I blinked a little bit, and next minute I know Povetkin's on the floor. So yeah, Whyte was almost boxing a punch perfect fight through the first sort of 4 rounds. He was punch perfect. I mean, he had pretty much won every single round. You know, the first 4 he literally swept him, because, you know, he not only was outboxing Povetkin with the jab, making him fall short, you know, but he got 2 knockdowns. So he done what even I kind of doubted he would do. I thought at best he could sort of outbox Povetkin and, you know, sort of get him, you know, get him maybe later on, or most probably on points. So he's winning the fight comfortably. He's got 2 knockdowns under his belt. Povetkin got hurt, got wobbled. I mean, to be fair to Povetkin, he never looked like he was out on his feet completely. He always looked like you could see in his eyes that, okay, he still actually has something left. So you know, we go into round 5. The pattern of the fight is quite similar. You know, Whyte moving, jabbing. He began to take a few more sort of risks, and then you know, in the middle of Dillian Whyte sort of having his hands right up by his chin, and Povetkin, just as we think Povetkin's losing the fight, the pattern of the fight seems to be going towards Dillian Whyte. Povetkin lands a peach of a left, sort of hook come uppercut, back right down the middle, and down goes Dillian Whyte. And literally, you know, the moment that punch landed for Povetkin, the moment that perfect left hook landed, the fight was over. That was it. It was finished. You know, Dillian Whyte was pretty much unconscious as soon as that punch landed. It just landed, and it was one of them horrible, sickening shots, because, you know, it wasn't like Dillian Whyte didn't have his hands up. He had his hands up, sort of thing. And Povetkin just threaded that beautiful uppercut right through the middle. And Whyte was pretty much unconscious as soon as it landed. He goes down in a heap, flat, you know, just unconscious. And yeah, I wish, I hope Dillian Whyte is well. I think he's now recovered and everything, but it was one of those fights where literally that statement that people always make about in heavyweight boxing, it just takes one punch, just one punch can change the entire narrative of the fight, and one punch can win the fight. And literally that is exactly what happened. Dillian Whyte was winning the fight. He was outboxing Povetkin. He had 2 knockdowns under his belt, but that one punch from Povetkin, that one perfect left hand ended, Dillian Whyte completely and on that night. I mean, I hope he can come back. It is going to be interesting to see what he does now, because this is a crazy thing, because this is a fight that Dillian Whyte did not have to take. He knew it was a risky fight, but he wanted to take it because he's a fighting man and blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, you wonder to yourself, will he be kicking himself here? Because at the end of the day, he could have literally just sat out of sort of active boxing for a while and waited for Fury and Wilder 3 to happen, and then face off against the winner of that. If Dillian Whyte really wanted to do that, that's what he could have done. That's the move that he could have made. But he decided that he's going to take a hard fight. He's going to take a big challenge against Povetkin, and he's going to prove himself again. And we love that attitude as fans, but I wonder whether he'll be kicking himself now, because all that opportunity he had to wait and fight the Fury, or Wilder, for that WBC, that green belt that he's been dreaming about, that he's been waiting for 1,000 days, for this opportunity. All of that now has gone out the window, and Tyson Fury's been joking about it and blah blah blah, and that's why a guy like Fury is quite clever, really, because he took the hard fight against Wilder, then he took 2 easy fights. And Dillian Whyte is a bit more proud, and he's taken this fight against Povetkin, and there will be people making mockery of this, there will be people making fun of this, but at the end of the day, for Dillian Whyte, he's got nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's one of them things where it was a high risk it was a high risk, high reward fight in a sense, because I'd say high risk and slightly lower reward, because at the end of the day, you beat Povetkin, you do gain a bit of respect, but you lose to Povetkin, you lose everything that you have, everything that you've been fighting for in that opportunity. So it is a big shame for Dillian Whyte, but I'd say overall he's got nothing to be ashamed of here, and he's still a fighting man. He can still come back. It will be interesting to see what he does next, because it was a devastating knockout. He was having everything his own way, and one punch, one left hand just ended the fight and ended Dillian Whyte's night early. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that, and until next time, it's MKO Pugilism, over and out. See you on the next one.